Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, Memaw's Crafts and Chaos. I'm Kimberly, and today we are going to do some barnyard animals. So here we have a chicken. All of these I got off of Temu. You've actually seen me do this one before, but I didn't. I just wanted to do another pig, and we're going to do it a totally different color than we did before. So this is a chicken. It's called a funny chicken. So, and I haven't poured, this is the only one I've poured. I haven't poured any of these ones yet. Anyway, the colors I chose for this one, we're going to marble it, and we're going to do yellow and wine red, and see what we come up with if we marble those two. This is a cow, and we are going to actually marble this one with brown. This is a Rolio, and it's called Mud Pie Brown. We're going to marble it with brown, and then we're going to use our pigment paste, and so we'll marble it brown and white and see what we come up with. And then this is a cow. It actually says it's a unicorn bull, which I'm not actually sure, because it doesn't look like it has a horn, but it says a unicorn bull. So I don't know, maybe it's not a cow or anything at all, or a bull or whatever. But anyway, we're going to do it just to see what it comes out like. And we're going to marble it white and black. So we got our black mica powder, and then we'll marble it with the pigment paste, the white pigment paste. Then this one, I want her to be more of a pastel pink. So I'm going to use the magenta, and then we'll add some of the pigment paste white to it to see if we can get a pretty lighter pink, you know, kind of a pastel-y pink. So that's what we're going to do. So anyway, she holds approximately 4 ounces. This one holds approximately maybe 4.5 ounces, somewhere in there. This one holds a little over 2 ounces, but so I'm not sure. It says 2.12 ounces, so, but that's kind of a weird number. This one, the big pig, holds like 6.5 ounces. So I'm going to go get some resin mixed up. I'll probably kind of do them one at a time, just so that I don't get too much resin out here getting too thick on me and heating up too thick. But we'll see how it goes with them. We might be able to do these two together. And then I can just mix my white with it. And then we'll just have 3 colors going. We'll see how it goes. So let me go get some resin mixed up, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I got my resin mixed up. So I've got them separated here. We're going to have, this one has a little more, this has an ounce more than these two, because we're going to do the white in this one. So, get us a stick here. Let's do our black first. Well, let's do, we probably want a little less of the black, because it's going in this tiny one, so we don't probably want that much black. So we'll add, because she only takes, let's see, she takes a little over 2 ounces. So if we do about like that, that should work. It's about 1 ounce of the black. I did add a little bit of crushed crystal to this. It ain't going to show up that much, but because these are dark colors, but that's okay. Make sure our mica powder is stirred in good. We don't want any floaty bits. Okay. And this is the Let's Resin Black. These are all the, when you order, you know, like the kits or whatever, and it comes with the mica powders, I just kept putting the packet, the little pouches into one. So that's why it's in that instead of an actual Let's Resin thing. All right. And we'll make this one our brown. So that'll be enough. Yes, I know, I'm stirring the crap out of it. That's a pretty brown. Okay. We have our brown and our black done. Now let's do our white. With your pigment paste, you also want to make sure it's mixed up super good too, because if any of it doesn't get mixed up and it falls, it's going to make it so your resin don't cure in that spot, and it'll make a funky, weird spot in your piece. So when it comes to pigment paste, well, when it comes to anything you're mixing into your resin, really, you want to make sure it's mixed in really well. So, good white. Ugh. Just make sure your pigment paste and your mica powders and anything you're mixing in is always mixed up really well. Make sure you're scraping your sides, your bottom. Because if you don't scrape your sides and then you scrape into your piece, then you're going to have problems with that too, because then your sides aren't, you might have weird spots, or, you know, resin that isn't mixed up good, or the mica powders or the pigment paste might be stuck to the side. And so you always want to make sure that everything is mixed good. Like, okay. I'm going to get these put in the vacuum chamber, and then we will be back. All right. Got this through the vacuum chamber. Let's do our big cow first. What did I do with my alcohol? Spray this good. I'm going to put extra in there, rub it around, and then we'll just dump out what's too much. Just because I want to make sure I get his ears. And it looks like he has his tongue sticking out, which might be really cute. Or her, she, it, whatever. Okay. Okay. So, I'm just going to marble her, brown and white. So we'll just pour some brown in. And then we'll pour some white in. And if the white and brown kind of mix a little bit, it'll just give her it'll give her a lighter brown. So that'll be okay. And it wouldn't be resin without a mess, right? Top her off with some, oh, I should have squeezed her ears and stuff first before I got her that full. Oh well, hopefully she'll be okay. We can still maybe, dang, look at a huge mess. Maybe we can still take one of these. Go down along her face a little bit. Down in her ears and that. I don't know if it'll work or not. She will be matte because all these molds are matte molds. So probably just stirred all our color together, but oh well. Let's put a tad bit more white in her right here, and then some more brown. Let's set her out of the way. Dang, what a mess. Big mess, big mess. This is why I always put the paper down, because then I can just throw my paper away and don't have to try to clean my mat. Okay. All right, let's do this little guy, and this one I'll try to remember because she's got like a, almost like a or whatever. It's got like kind of like a mohawk looking thing down in there. So let's start with white this time. Just a little bit of white. Take this, wipe it off because it has brown on it too. And get down in her ears, get his ears. I guess if it's a bull, it's his ears, huh? And down his little mohawky thing. Okay. Let's just give him a good squish down in there. All right. More white. More black. And I am going to kind of tip because of his feet and tail and stuff. And I'm going to take this just around my sides. Try not to mix because we don't want to make gray. I mean, there's going to be some gray in there. You got to have, it is going to mix some. All right. And once again, we made a giant mess. Okay, I've got some leftovers here. I'm going to find something to put them in and then get our next bit of resin mixed up. And I will be right back. Okay, here we go. Let's mix up stuff for our chicken. We got our wine red. I did add some crushed crystal to that. This reminds me of my Rhode Island red. Her name is Penny. She already had her name when we got her, because I would have named her Reba. But a little girl had named her, so I didn't want to take the name away from the little girl, so we just kept her name Penny. Okay, so there's our wine red. Now let's do, this is just yellow, plain yellow. Wipe our spoon off so we don't get wine red in our yellow. Might have been too much, but oh well. All right, now get these vacuum chambered, and then we will be back to pour them. All right, let's do our chicken. All right, let's do our chicken. Spray some alcohol down in her. She's got lots of detail, so we want to make sure we get all of her details sprayed good. Well, there's nothing but red in there. I'm going to smash this around. All right. Some yellow in there. Now we're going to have lots of leftover. Didn't realize I need so much. Got some bubbles popping up there. Make sure they go away. I think it's because of all of her details. She's got lots of bubbles popping up in there. So I'm going to let her sit over to the side here and degas for a while, just so that she maybe will get rid of all those bubbles in her. I know I'm probably mixing these, but I hate all those little bubbles that they get. See those bubbles on the top there coming out? Lots of them. Try to make this a pastel pink color for our piggy pig. And give it quite a bit of pink there. I did put some crushed crystal in this. I know not all pigs are a pink color. They can be pretty much any color too. But for some reason, most pigs, or when you think of pigs, you think of pink pigs, I guess. Some white in there. Might have to add some more. That's a pretty pink. Not really a pig pink, but just want to make sure it's all stirred up really good. You don't want any of the pigment paste dropping to the bottom. I think I'm going to add a little more crushed crystal because when with, you know, it is a matte mold, but I always, I usually, you know, put UV resin on them to shine them up, so, and that would bring out the crushed crystal in it, so. And give him a sparkly pink pig. When my kids were young, one of my nephews caught the greased pig at the rodeo, and so we had him. He was there at the house, and because where we lived, I had my in-laws and us, and then my sister-in-law on the other side, and so we had the pig there in the field in a pen, and everybody around would just feed the pig our all our scraps and stuff we had, and my daughter was like 6 or 7 at the time, and she named him Wilbur, of course, and then when he got big enough, of course, he went to slaughter, and we were at Christmas. We always have Christmas brunch, so we have like a breakfast type luncheon at my mother-in-law's house on Christmas Day, and there's my little girl sitting there, and my sister-in-law's eating a piece of bacon, and she says, "Is this Wilbur we're eating?" And poor Charlie started crying. Oh, it's sad. Anyway, that was just a random story for you there, but I'm going to get this through the vacuum chamber, and I'll be right back. All right, let's get our piggy filled. Make sure we get in his ears. Get down in his ears good. Bubbles coming up there, probably out of his ears when I did that. And some tappy taps. Couple bubbles there that don't want to pop. Stubborn bubbles. I'm just going to go around his sides and by his feet here. And his tail, make sure we don't have any bubbles there. Or down his sides or in his cheeks. Okay. Got everything filled. So we will set these over on the heat mat and get them all cured up, and then we will be back to see our barnyard friends. Okay guys, everything's cured up here. So let's get our extras done out first. We got some cute little flowers that I did with what was left from the chicken. They're just marbled yellow and red together. Did pretty good. No, don't look like we have any bubbles on the back or on the front. Don't care about the back. So there's our little cute flowers. Okay, these ones were left over from the chicken. So we have a rooster and a hen here. They actually turned out really good. Kind of look like my Ethel. She's kind of those colors. And then this is from the pig. Did good on that. Don't see any bubbles in the flowers. It's pretty good. And another flower from the pig. I kind of like how the crushed crystal that I put in there sank. So, but it only sank in certain spots. So it kind of just got this little frog from the chicken. Oh, he actually kind of turned out kind of fun. He has a little bit of marbly or crackle look on him. You see that? Kind of fun. Okay. I've got a couple more flowers from the pigs. Cute. Cute. Okay. And then we got a couple turtles from, this is from the brown and black. We do have a few little mica bubbles in the top of him, but it's probably because it was starting to get a little thick. And this, so yeah, we got a few mica bubbles on those, but not too horrible. These are just some shells and fish, star, flip-flop. Yeah, we definitely got some mica bubbles on those. Don't usually have too much problems with mica bubbles on those. Got a bunch of these little butterflies. We'll just get those out of the mold. They're just tiny little butterflies. Okay. And we've got our moose. Spray some alcohol down in him. He's kind of a monster to get undone. I'm getting some of the alcohol down in his head and stuff. It usually works better. Okay. There we go. Oh wow, he marbled good. Look at that. He marbled super good. Get his little antlers on. Yeah, he's cute. Okay. Put those inside of him so we don't lose them. All right, let's go to these. Let's start with our, this is supposed to be our unicorn bull is what it says. See what he looks like. Kind of reminds me of a skunk. Oh, we got a couple bubbles. I don't know why he's called a unicorn bull. Maybe because he has a mohawk, but to me that's not a unicorn. A unicorn has a horn. But anyway, like I said, they're matte molds, so you have to... He is cute, though. He's got those couple bubbles there. All right, this is our cow. Ugh. Oh, she's not super easy to get out. There we go. Oh, she's adorable. Look at her tongue hanging out. She's got a bell on her neck. Oh, she's cute. Or he. It says cow, so she should be a girl. Cute. All right, let's get our funny chicken out. Oh, I like him. Oh, look at how cute. Oh, he's adorable. I'm going to have to make this little dude a lot more times. I like him a lot. Oh, so cute. I love how big his comb is. No waddles. That's all right. Oh, he's adorable. I love him. Oh, I love him. Okay, we have seen this pig before, but we haven't seen it in this pink color. Oh, yeah. When you shine that up, should be really pretty. Put some googly eyes on him because he doesn't have any eyes. I guess his eyes are supposed to be shut, but it's just kind of weird. But I like to put the googly eyes on him. But he's cute. Or she. Okay, I'm going to get these things done up for you. I'm not going to do them on camera because it takes a long time, and the fast forward even would take a long time. And you've seen me do a lot. If you've been watching my channel, you have seen me do a lot of these things on camera. So I'll bring you back and show you what I did, okay? All right, I've got everything all fixed up here. So these are our extras. Got our little frog here. Got some jewels for his eyes. I painted him with UV resin. Put some gold on his toes. And, oh, look, we lost a toe. Wonder where we lost the toe at. Anyway, and a magnet on the back. And our flower, I went around it with some gold. Or not gold, silver. Did the leaves in a metallic green marker. And put some magnets on the back. All, not this, but, and not those, but these right here, I sprayed with the Krylon gloss stuff. So all of these have been sprayed, and these guys got the same. I put a little gold down in the middle, and then some silver around, a metallic paint pen on the leaves, and some magnets. And then these guys got some gold in the middle, some silver on the edges, magnets. And this one, silver, some gold in the middle, and some metallic green for the leaves, and a magnet. And then my chicken and my hen and my rooster, I did their wattles and their cone, beak, the grass, and their feet. And they got UV resined, and then magnets on the back. And our little guy here, he turned out so, the marbly in him turned out so cool. I love it. Turned out so awesome. Anyway, I just glued his antlers on, gave him some eyes, and put a bee on his nose. That's all we did for him. And then our little pig, gave her some googly eyes and some bows in the back of her ears. Painted the inside of her ears with some paint pen, and then I UV resined her. So she's all done. These guys all got sprayed with the Krylon gloss. But I did his feet, his beak, his eyes, his comb with paint. That's all done with paint pen. But he marbled really good too. I like the way he marbled. He's got lots of little mica bubbles around, but he's just going to go up with my chicken collection that I have anyway. Okay, and our little cow here. This was all done with paint pen, the black on the feet. Gave him a little silver bell. Did his collar in some gold. Tongue in red. Eyes, horns, put some pink in his ears. And then he got, like I said, he got sprayed with the Krylon, the gloss. And then this is the one that they call the unicorn bull. I did his tail and his mohawk and his belly in black paint pen. Got his eyes. And these are, it's actually his teeth showing, so I did it in white. Put some pink in his ears, sprayed him with Krylon, with the gloss Krylon. So there is our barnyard friends. These guys would be part of the barnyard too. I guess a frog could be in the barnyard. Who knows? And the flowers. And depending on where you live, you could have a moose in your barnyard. Who knows? Anyway, there we go, guys. That's how they all turned out. I think they all turned out pretty cute. I don't know. I don't see where he is a bull. But especially a unicorn bull. I don't get that. But whatever. but she turned out super cute. Anyway, there's our barnyard friends, and I will see you on the next one. And don't forget, always embrace your chaos. Love you guys. Bye.